Good evening, folks, and a very, very warm welcome to you wherever you may be. Thank you for joining DinamoTV, the official podcast of the St Albans Dinamo Football Club. My name is Tonchi Prusats, and I will be your host for the next 60 minutes or so, or thereabouts. And it is the season finale episode of DinamoTV. 38 episodes. Can you believe it? Our very, very first episode aired way back on Thursday, 18th of January this year. And 38 episodes later, well, we've come to the end of season one. Folks, a big show tonight. Obviously, it's going to be a massive, massive recap of what was a huge, huge weekend last weekend. Of course, the Australian-Croatian soccer tournament. And what a weekend it was. If you're like me, you probably got post-tourney withdrawal syndrome, I should say. And tonight we're going to try and cure that a little bit by looking back at what was a spectacular weekend. Firstly, a massive, massive shout out to every member of the Blue Crew. Without you folks, 300 plus members of the Blue Crew, the volunteers that really ensured it was, I'm going to be biased and say one of the best, if not the best, Croatian soccer tournaments since its inception in 1974. But wow, what a great weekend it was, folks. We're going to straight away get into it straight after this first commercial break. We'll get into what happened on the opening day.
The IMD Group is regarded as one of the largest deliverers of concrete structure solutions in Victoria. Formed in 1994 by Ivan and Kathy Filipovic, their passion and commitment to getting the job done safely and economically has underpinned their success in the industry. IMD partners with large-scale building and construction companies in both the private and public sectors on projects large and small. With our corporate headquarters based in South Melbourne and storage yard based in the southeast suburbs, we have at our disposal thousands of square metres of quality materials, along with state-of-the-art lifting and crane equipment, enabling us to deliver the largest projects. We are committed to delivering high-quality projects by partnering with our clients and collaborating with project suppliers to ensure each job is delivered to exceed expectations. From humble beginnings, IMD now employs more than 1,200 dedicated professional and support staff, involved in a number of landmark projects right across Victoria. The IMD Group is a massive supporter of the Croatian community, backed soccer clubs in Victoria, and is proud to be the major sponsor of the St Albans Dinamo Football Club in 2024.
Even before the opening ceremony officially launched the 2024 Australian-Croatian soccer tournament, the on-field action was well underway earlier on the Thursday afternoon at Green Gully Reserve. At the same time, the first of the group matches had also kicked off at Churchill Reserve. The crowds had gathered in large numbers at Dinamo's home ground as the official ceremony got underway with local Croatian folkloric group Hrvatska Zora firstly singing the Croatian national anthem. This was followed by the Australian national anthem. In a long-held Croatian tradition, the local Catholic priest blessed the players, coaches and all the spectators ahead of the 4 days of intense competition.
Molimo te, Oče, blagoslovi svakoga od nas, a posebno trenere, dužnosnike, roditelje I igrače. Čuvaj nas pod zaštitom svoga Sina Isusa Krista.
After a series of short speeches by various dignitaries, St Albans Dinamo president Ilija Dragicevic officially launched this year's mega spectacle.
Almost 50 years ago, is contributing to the Croatian community, and that's something that we're really, really proud of. It's really overwhelming to see everyone here, and particularly the last 3 weeks in preparing for this tournament. And all the volunteers, all the guys up there, thank you. I'm going to wish everyone a fantastic tournament full of good soccer, good food, good drink, and good culture. Everybody, welcome to St Albans and have a great tournament.
It was then left to the senior women's teams from FC Strathmore Split and our very own St Albans Dinamo to take centre stage on the main pitch and officially kickstart what would prove to be this year's very memorable tournament. Yes, who can believe it's already been a week since that happened. This time last week, all that action was taking place at Green Gully Reserve and also at Churchill Reserve. Now, also on the opening night, we were able to hear from some very important guests, Natalie Suleiman and Dan Molino, who were the state and federal members, respectively, of Parliament. We also had a chance to hear from the CEO of Football Victoria, Chris Palavanis. This is what they had to say. It's a pleasure to welcome Football Victoria CEO Chris Palavanis here to Churchill Reserve on day one, on the opening day of the Australian-Croatia Soccer Tournament, and he's here with our Vice President, John Bilos.
Welcome, Chris.
Thanks, John, and what an amazing tournament and what an amazing tradition you guys have got here. I think it's the 50th anniversary. What a legacy you guys have created, not only for what the kids and everyone's going to benefit for this year, but for future generations. Something you guys should be extremely proud of.
Yeah, look, it's great for our community, great for our club, great for Australia. So, great for the area. You know, it brings a lot of money to the area as well. So, thanks for coming to Dinamo. Really appreciate it. And have a great day.
Yeah. Thank you very much. And look, we're proud to have this tournament in Victoria again. I think last year it was the interstate, and we're here to support Dinamo. And I know a lot of work's gone in from day one. We've been speaking to Ilya and the whole team, and yourself, John, to make this as the most successful tournament we can.
Awesome. Our community, can't thank them enough. Our community's done an outstanding job. You come here. Doesn't matter what time you're here, for the last 2 weeks, there's always been someone here doing something, which is fantastic. So really appreciate our community and our members. Awesome. Thank you.
I would now like to invite our esteemed guest, Dr. Daniel Molino, Federal Member for Fraser.
Thanks very much. It's just so wonderful to see so many of you here today. It just feels like the club is overflowing with people and passion for Croatian culture and rules. What a fantastic celebration of Croatian culture, beautiful to see. It was really wonderful to see that before. Also a wonderful celebration of football and sport and how it brings people together in the community. And can I just congratulate everybody from the club who has put in a whole year of work to make tonight and this whole weekend possible. So thanks to everybody on the organising committee. I know that events like this take so much effort from volunteers, from hard-working committees. I don't think I've ever seen a bigger marquee than that for a long time. So I can imagine it's required a huge effort. Last time I was here, I got a hoodie from the Dynamo Football Club, and that's what I now use to walk my dog along the Narrabeen River. I feel like it's false advertising though, because people might mistake me for a football player, which was a long, long time ago. But anyway, I love wearing my Dynamo hoodie when I walk the dog, so I feel like I'm celebrating Croatian football a bit every morning out there in the cold. But can I just say good luck to everybody celebrating your culture, the connection of all the teams coming from right around the country, and enjoying this part of Melbourne and playing great games of footy with each other over the next couple of days. Thank you.
Look, thank you very much to the President and the committee and to the volunteers of St Albans Dinamo. It's an absolute pleasure to join you here in the celebrations of this fantastic tournament. It's absolutely right when we do say that the Croatian community has been an important community, not only in the West, but also across Melbourne. Your contribution to St Albans is something that is one of the foundations of our local community. Just last week, I know that I signed off on Melbourne Knights, the $750,000. for Melbourne Knights, and that is a first for a government to fund Melbourne Knights Soccer Club. And really proud to have been part of that project. And secondly, when it comes to Dinamo, you're right, we have a very strong friendship, and it's been wonderful to see this club grow over many decades, and that's because of the sponsors, the volunteers and the president and the leadership of this fantastic club. It's not just a soccer club, it's also where people, Croatian senior citizens and the young people come together on many days during the week. I had the pleasure of also being part of funding the lights a few years back, and I look forward to working in partnership so that we can continue to grow this club. I want to thank the many friends that have joined me over the many years and supported me as well and worked in partnership. I think that's really, really important. And I look forward to the continuing success of Dinamo. I don't think St Albans would be the way it is without Dinamo Soccer Club, and I know that the local community also values that. So thank you again for having me here. All the very best during the next few days. I know it will be a success, and enjoy today, enjoy everything of this club and the Croatian community. Thank you so much.
There you go, folks. As was revealed there by Natalie Suleiman, the state MP for St Albans, our sister club, the Melbourne Knights, have received a $750,000 grant. Congratulations and well done to our sister club, the Knights. Folks, I just get a feeling that next year is going to be bigger and better. Huge year expected next year. And remember, it is our 50th anniversary, our 50th birthday next year. So the partying will definitely continue. So stay tuned for a very, very busy off season. And like I said, I cannot wait for the 2025 season. That is for sure, 100%. Also, while we're on the topic of news and the Croatian community, the Croatian Herald, the Hrvatski Vjesnik, has come out this week with a traditional massive coverage of the tournament that was. St Albans Dinamo organizirao nezaboravan turnirski spektakl. Dinamo's triumph Croatian football tournament reaches new pinnacle. That's the front page of the Croatian Herald and the New Gen, the English supplement as well. And there you go. There's another double-page spread in the New Gen. The Dancing Queens Ladies Luncheon steals the show, a Croatian football tourney. And from all accounts, it was an awesome, awesome occasion, as was the gala night, celebrating the spirit of Croatian football. Gala honours community dedication. And of course, there was obviously the on-field and the off-field action as well. It's all covered in this week's Croatian Herald Hrvatski Vjesnik. So make sure to go out and get it. You can also get the electronic version free of charge. And just go on the Croatian Herald Hrvatski Vjesnik Facebook page as well. A little bit of other news happening as well. Football Tech, obviously they've got their new connection with Dinamo, St Albans Dinamo, with Jason Trefiro from Football Tech, also the junior football technical director. And Term 4 Melbourne, that kicks off. The registrations have opened, so you can. It's an 8-week program, one session per week on a Monday night, and that's going to be for kids aged between the ages of 6 to 14, and that will be at Dinamo's ground at Churchill Reserve. So do make sure you get your kid involved in that. And also, speaking of talented young kids, a massive, massive congratulations to two of our under-14 players, Dane Brkljačić and Sebastian Vlahek. There's Dane on top and Sebastian on the bottom. They have both been selected for the Melbourne Victory under-14 Academy team and the Western United under-14 Academy team, respectively. So Dane has been selected for the Victories under-14 team, and Sebastian, he has made it through to Western United's under-14 team. Congratulations, boys, and hopefully that is just the start of many, many other Dinamo boys and girls moving on to bigger and better things and always being welcomed back at Dinamo. Folks, we're going to take a very short break, and when we return, we're going to look at the actual finals day, the match day, and what panned out on the main pitch. Evolution Electrical, owned by Matt Sharkic, was one of our major sponsors, our platinum sponsors this year for the tournament. We thank Matt and everyone there at Evolution Electrical. Matt's also sent through some footage of the after party, which we'll be seeing a little bit later on tonight. Also, speaking of party, the gala was a huge night, and we'll wait till the very end. We've got some footage of Anthony Smallage, MC extraordinaire, who came out with yet another gem, singing with Emma Covey as well in a duet at the gala night last Saturday night. We will be airing that a little bit later on as well. Alrighty, what happened on the actual day? That's what we're going to be looking at next. And first of all, it was the Masters. And they started the day in the morning, and it was the Gorspic Bears Masters defeating St Albans Vukovar after it was 0-0. Went on to 4-2 on penalties. So congratulations to Gorspic Bears in the St Albans Churchill Reserve Derby. Next up were the Veterans, and it was the Melbourne Knights and Strathmore split. And in the end, Strathmore split overcame the Knights Veterans to win 1-0. Congratulations to the Strathmore split Veterans, and it was a star-studded lineup, that's for sure. In the women's Division 1, that was next, and congratulations to North Geelong. They defeated our St Albans girls, who were absolutely gallant in defeat, and they did a fantastic job to get to the final. We couldn't emulate what we did last year, and that was take out the women's Division 1 competition. But nonetheless, Tom Pondoliak and his ladies did us very, very proud. So well done to Dinamo, and well done to North Geelong. Of course, they went into the game odds-on favourites. They did top the group, and the State League 1 side proved too strong for our State 2 girls, 2-1. The St Albans under-23s, or the reserves team, they also made it through to the final of the Division 2, and we came up against Sydney's Kralj Tomislav, or King Tomislav in translation. And it was a great game. It was end-to-end. I had the pleasure of commentating this game, and it was with Anthony Smallage, and I just must say it was so much fun. And a big, big shout-out to OnFlow Media, who streamed all 5 of the finals games this year. They did a fantastic job. And if you'd like to see more of the finals, the action, go to our YouTube channel or go to the video section of our Facebook page. It's all there. Then it was time for the big one, the New South Wales versus Victoria battle. In the Victorian corner, it was Dandenong City. In the New South Wales corner, it was Sydney United. And in the end, Sydney United ran out 2-0 winners in what was quite an enthralling final. Great game, great spectacle. The rain started coming down, drizzling, making things a little bit difficult. And a huge shout out to 4,000 was there? 3,000, 5,000? There was a massive amount of spectators, and they weren't put off by the drizzle, by the rain. They hung around. It was an excellent atmosphere, a fantastic atmosphere. And it certainly triggered the celebrations. But speaking of celebrations, here's some celebrations of the men's Div 2 and the men's Div 1 champions.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Fuljani Trophy, Kanal Tomislav from Sydney. Thank you. Go for it.
And Future Tech Civil, Anthony Muslich, another one of our platinum sponsors as well. So a big thank you there to Anthony and everyone at Future Tech. Yes, we had a very, very special guest presenter working his backside off after the presentation for the men's Division 1 champions. It was made Simon McCluskey, who also emceed the presentation, the post-match presentation as well. He became a very special DinamoTV reporter for the night. So a big shout out to Simon, who does a great job with his MC. Well, he assumed the role of interviewer, and he then, after the match, interviewed several people, including our president Ilija Dragicevic, the main sponsor, Ivan Filipovic, and of course the president of the Croatian Soccer Association of Australia, Jure Dragovic. This is what the trio had to say after, when the after party was just kicking in.
With the president of St Albans Dinamo, Ilija Dragicevic. Ilija, congratulations on delivering a successful tournament plus more for the 2024 CSC. How long has this been in the pipeline for you and the club?
To be honest, we'll go back three years, because we lost two nominations prior to actually winning this one. So it's been in the pipeworks for a little while, and it's something that we've been pretty interested in. But I think the timing was perfect for us, because our club has grown over the last few years, and this was definitely the right moment for it.
Now, Ilija, hindsight's a wonderful thing. You've just delivered a tournament which, in my eyes, has attracted 20,000 people over the last 3 to 4 days. What's been the worst element of it for you? That if you had your time again, wow, you'd do something differently?
I don't think we'd do anything differently, because the team that we put together and the team led by Mark Butarats have done absolutely everything that they could. Which is a credit to Mark and the guys. That they're just a wonderful bunch of people, and Mark is a wonderful leader of people, and I don't think we could have done anything different. But in the future, if you were to do it again, there'd be probably little bits and pieces that you could tweak.
Well, Ilija, I wanted to get the bad off the plate and go straight to the good, in fact the great, because now you look back, how much of that hard work, how satisfying and rewarding is that for you and the rest of the committee?
Well, look, I think a lot of people's hearts melt when they spent 4 days here and saw the very different parts of this tournament that we sort of recognised that existed. So we had our youngest, and then we had a little bit older, and then we had our age, probably the 40s to 50s, and then we had the 70s and 80s, and we really considered all of those people in planning for this tournament, and it was really big part to make everyone feel welcome and to make everyone, the things that matter to all those different generations, that was ticked off the box. So when they came here, people would have a wonderful time.
And I don't think it's just exactly what you said. I don't think it's just about leaving an experience for the last 4 days here. It's about leaving legacies. Look right behind us. We've got a scoreboard here that wouldn't have happened because of that tournament. We've got the foundations of a concrete slab here for the future expansion of our club. So what legacies in your eyes is this tournament going to leave plus more?
The biggest legacy I could say is that this tournament has brought 300 to 400 people at our club together and really made them meet each other and know each other a little bit more personally. Working together, I'm absolutely amazed at the effort of these 300 plus volunteers that we have, and they are the biggest and best part of this tournament. By far.
And you speak about those volunteers. In essence, this is the Croatian diaspora coming together from across Australia. So it's more than just football. It is preserving, enhancing that cultural experience that you have in Australia to thrive for years and generations to come.
Well, it's no coincidence that my passion comes from an event exactly like this. As a child, I experienced this, grew up in this format, grew up with this tournament, and that built a passion for me over the years. And what we've tried to do, the team that we have, is to replicate this for the children that are now growing at our clubs.
Yeah, absolutely. Ilya, we presented many medals throughout the last 2 to 3 days for the players on the pitch. But all of that hard work that you, the organising committee, have put together to deliver the most successful CST tournament to date, the absolute honours go to you as the president of St Albans Dinamo and the organising committee, and a good 2 weeks earned hard rest after this, my friend.
Oh, look, I thank you for that, Simon. My 3-2-1 would go to one, Ivan Filipovic, who was an amazing, and his wife Kathy, who are amazing people who support not only our club but every community in Australia of Croatian background, and they are the backbone right now of our community. And then you go to others that support it, that sponsor our clubs. Again, not only Dinamo, these are all the Croatian clubs that get supported by these companies or individuals that give their heart into our clubs, and they're our number ones. Our volunteers come in at 2 in this case, and they are only very, small but big people, small in stature, but very, very big in what they've done for our club and for our community. And then the one vote is to the rest of the community that's come and supported this and travelled Australia to come from all parts of the country.
Ilya, a big thank you for a quality weekend, and well done on all of your hard work coming to roost.
Thanks, guys. I hope you enjoyed it.
Jure Drakovic, the president of the Australian Croatian Soccer Association, congratulations on a 50th anniversary CST, one to remember.
Certainly, thank you for the kind words. Yeah, we celebrated our 50th anniversary, so formed in 1974, and this tournament, that's 50 years on, 48 teams, nearly 900 registered players, 100 games in 3.5 days. Certainly fits the bill and tells us that we're doing something right. 50 years on, a long way to continue.
Now, it's a tournament that's been a year in the making, naturally. just give us a little bit of an insight into the logistics, the hours, the volunteers, the manpower that made those statistics you just shared happen over the last 3 to 4 days.
Well, certainly the model for the tournament over the last 10 or 15 years has changed drastically. The tournament obviously has got a foundation of being a soccer tournament, a football tournament, but the last 10 or 15 years from a Croatian community perspective has turned into the biggest social event. And crowds and all available metrics indicate that. Here we are, you can hear the band playing, there's probably about 1,500 people there, kids kicking the ball, new infrastructure being put in from a tournament perspective. The planning of it takes a good 12 months to do. There's obviously administrative side of things, but from a host club perspective, it's about community engagement. We've got over 300 volunteers associated with this tournament, and if you have to pay for labour, it wouldn't be worth doing it.
Yeah.
But the tournament, like I said, it's the biggest social gathering of people of Croatian heritage. The football side is not exclusively Croatian, but we plan to wear red, white and blue and keep our traditions alive and still celebrate our identity through music, culture, food, folkloric dancing. But again, it's underpinned by football, so as long as our football clubs across Australia remain vibrant, remain active, and have got an emotional attachment to the tournament, which they have, this will continue to go on in the future.
And you're so glad you touched on the volunteers. With all due respect, you're one of them in the role that you
play. Absolutely.
The reward that this tournament delivers with all those hours that you put in, what does it mean to you?
Oh, listen, it's fantastic. I'm born in this country. I've had children play in the tournament. I've had children volunteer at the tournament, and my story is the same as everyone else's. I volunteer in a different capacity than someone that's been cooking ciabatta for 16 hours over 4 shifts over 4 days. But it's all about this. It's kids kicking the soccer ball. We're third, maybe sometimes fourth generation Croatian Australians now that we're very proud of our Australian roots. But at the same time, we're very immensely proud of our heritage. And these tournaments not only service that side of things, but they help keep, in this case, the Northerns Dinamo relevant. It's important from a financial aspect for them, from an infrastructure perspective for them, and it sets them up well for the next couple of years.
Now, Yuda, we're going to leave you shortly so you can literally put your hair down and unwind.
Not much of it to put down, Simon. But
just going to say, do you get much of a break, or is it basically straight into thinking about what next year's tournament looks like?
Absolutely. We think about next year's tournament. At this stage, we still haven't finalised anything, but it's a massive undertaking for any club. And you know as well as from a soccer perspective, football perspective, this country costs are going up. We're all non-profits, we're community clubs. We want our clubs to be successful, but pays and the money associated with running a soccer club is one thing. To then make a commitment to hold a tournament like this is something else again. But again, 50 years on from our formation, we still represent proudly being the first national football competition in this country. We precede the NSL, we precede the NRL, we precede the AFL, being a truly national footballing code competition, and that says a lot. And so 50 years on, for this to be at the level it is now, which is at its zenith, is, a testament to us as a community.
And that's just a testament to the work that you do for that very reason.
Well, being thousands of others. We're all volunteers here. No one gets paid.
Well, absolutely. Leadership starts at the top. So from the top all the way down, as you mentioned, whoever's cooking ciabatta, serving drinks, ushering between grounds to make games happen, whatever it is, we just want to say thank you for all the time, effort and dedication in making this CSC and a resound success.
Thank you for the kind words. At the end of the day, what I do, we provide a framework and guidance, govern the tournament, manage it to a certain degree, but without our host clubs, their appetite, their passion to exist as a football club first and foremost, but then to take on this undertaking to bring our community from across Australia together, that wouldn't be possible. But as I said, we're all in the same boat and we all get the same emotional satisfaction out of it.
Well done. I think there's about 6 shots of rakia waiting for you at the bar there.
Maybe not for me, but
they're fully deserved.
Much appreciated. Look forward to seeing you later in there.
Absolutely. Ivan Filipovic, major sponsor of not just the CST 2024, St Albans Dinamo, but we want to expand that. You are a backbone to most Croatian sporting clubs across Australia and the diaspora. What does it mean to you?
I'm doing this all from my heart. I don't have any agenda. I don't have anything. I just want to pass to the future. I want to pass to the grandchildren, to the grandchildren. I want this to continue in next 100 years, you know. And if we don't do it, no one's going to do it. That's me. We need to stay there and contribute to it, lead them towards the future. Because if you don't do it, no one's going to do it.
It's all about, and it's a quality trait to have about giving back in society. But as the owner of a successful business, what made you think, right, I want to start giving back to local grassroots Croatian sporting clubs and communities across Australia?
I'm born Croatian, and I always feel as I'm Croatian, and I'm always going to be. I'm proud of my nation. I'm proud of where I come from. I'm never going to forget where I come from. It's very important. A lot of people forget in the journey where they come from. I'm never going to do that because I'm born Croatian and I'm going to die Croatian. I want to pass this to plenty generation, and it's not easy in this society. It's not easy because obviously it's new generation coming along, but we're going to be determined to continue and do our best to have a future, to have a tournament like this, to have so many people to sort of enjoy, to have plenty, I say shots, plenty enjoyment, plenty laugh, plenty singing, plenty sort of meet the other people from different states and all that. Mate, not many nations do it, and I think we need to do it. And if we not do it, no one's going to do it.
And it's more than just.
Sorry. You want to talk to the camera?
Okay.
Continue.
Yeah, no problem. And let me know when.
Yeah.
Done. And Ivan, as you said, it's more than just sport. You can smell that fresh meat. You can smell the linea, the dancing, the culture, the tradition. It's more than just a sports tournament.
Always. It's always. It's actually also meet young people. They gotta meet themselves. We want more people get married. We want to pass tradition down on the line. I'm actually determined to take Croatian culture in the future, and if I don't do it, I fail.
Yeah.
You know, I feel I'm Croatian and I'm gonna die Croatian. You know, and I have that blood in me. I always say, yes, we are successful people. How much money you need to live? You don't need much money to live. But if you can pass down on the line, that's more than important. You know what I mean? And if you can make, I don't know, maybe 50, 100 Croatian like girls and boys married, that's a very good success. And you know what? They're going to pass this in the future. And this tournament, like we have today, like Dinamo done it, and Dinamo done a terrific job, unbelievable job. You know, I never have doubts on them because at the end of the day, like I said to them, hey, I'm always behind you guys. You know what? I'm always behind something what I believe is right. I'm never going to back something what I don't believe is right. Okay? Because I don't need my success. I need club success. I need Croatian community success. For me, that's what I see today. Grandchildren, they're actually young kids. They're playing soccer. They meet each other. They went to disco. They sort of, you know, get together and sing and do meet and greet. Mate, that's unbelievable. And we need to create that future. We need to be there for that. If you're not there, mate, I reckon in the next few years that's going to disappear.
Absolutely. And you've just touched on what a successful 4 days it's been here and what an amazing job St Albans Dinamo and the organising committee have done. If you had to pick one highlight from the last 4 days, what's it been for you?
I think see so many young people participating and smile on their faces, that's what makes me happy.
Yeah.
When I walk through and people shake hands, and people say, oh, this is great. That's what makes me proud of. Make me proud of Croatia. Make me proud of our nation. because our nation is very important, and we are very good people. We just need to stick together. We need to make this many years in the future. And what Dinamo done, Dinamo is community. Actually, Dinamo is perfect example of community which one keep everybody together.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm proud of. And that's why I'm standing with them and I'm saying, hey guys, you tell me what you need to do, we will support you. I always going to be supportive of something what's right. I never ever have anything for my own interest. Never. I want a community to benefit. I want to make sure we pass this in young generation. That's what I want to make sure.
What a great answer and response to that question, Ivan. A tournament isn't a success just with an organising committee. It's a team effort.
Yes.
And we just want to thank you for your personal and professional contributions, you and the family, for making this tournament and all other clubs across the Croatian diaspora across Australia and a resound success. Thank you.
No, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Za nas koji smo malo stariji, vi možemo da vidimo ovo, da ide u budućnost najbolje što može. Mi smo mnogo godina ovo contribute, mnogo godina smo želeli ovo što imamo ovde. I kad mi vidimo da ima toliko naroda ovde, mi smo ponosni za budućnost, ponosni smo za sve. Naša budućnost, mi smo svi 60 years old plus, pa mi moćemo da to prenesemo na mlade, na naše grandchildren, na naše sinove, na našu budućnost. To je naša ponos od cijelog naroda.
There we have it. A lot of passion, a lot of pride, and from all three interviewees there. What a great job there by Simon McCluskey, and some magnificent messages from Ilya, Ivan, and Jure as well. We asked you in the comments section, what was your tourney highlight? Let us know in the comments section. We've got Tommy Gavran who says, well done to all involved with the running of the tourney, including Marko Butorac, President Ilya Dragicevic, and all the volunteers. Brilliantly run, organisation second to none. What a festival of football culture. One hell of a party as well. David Schaefer, he says, so many young Croatian kids in one place celebrating the Croatian identity. I guess that reiterates what Ivan Filipovic said in those words. And it was great to also hear him say in Croatian, have a message for the Croatian listeners of DinamoTV. Anthony Smolic, MC extraordinaire, who, by the way, captured his first ever tournament silverware when India Masters win on the weekend. The tireless efforts of the volunteers and those in the organising committee that managed to wrangle hundreds of people over 2 venues and 4 days is a definite highlight. David Schaefer also said, commenting about Ivan Filipovic, what a remarkable human being. Ljubica Kolček sums it up beautifully when she says, quite simply, sve je bilo super. Everything was super. Well done. And our own Vice President, he's speechless. Here we go. Nadia Kovacevic says, the amount of hard-rated solos that was sold. The food heard the pork bell. What's a hit? Okay, from Rod Ellick. And thank you to everyone who contributed and who have been here on watching tonight's show. We've got some massive numbers, by the way. Look, we're going to take a very quick break. When we return, it's time to look at the after party. What went down in the after party? Some footage from the Sunday night spectacular, and also we're going to once again, for those of you that didn't have an opportunity, listen to Anthony Smolic's legendary song at the gala night. That's coming up after this short break.
Westar Prestige is a family-owned second-generation business which is celebrating 50 years of operations this year. They're a specialist prestige collision repair facility situated in the western suburbs of Melbourne, Victoria. However, they service all regions in the state, with many of their clients travelling from far and wide to use their services. They're also able to provide a digital platform for quoting clients' vehicles who are unable to personally attend their premises. They're an authorised manufacturer-approved repair facilities for Mercedes-Benz, Tesla, Peugeot and Suzuki, and are proud of their ongoing affiliation with these brands. They also work closely with a number of Australia's largest insurance brands who entrust them to be part of their preferred repairer network. Their support staff are always happy to assist clients from the initial process of lodging claims through to the final stages of collection of the vehicle on completion of repairs and post-repair. So remember, for all your prestige collision repair needs, consider Westar Prestige, an award-winning, long-standing Australian-owned business.
Welcome back to DinamoTV. It is the penultimate, the season finale episode of DinamoTV. It has been an amazing year, and I must take this opportunity to thank several people who have been involved in the production of DinamoTV behind the scenes as well. To Anthony Conyett, who did a great job on match days, doing a lot of the social media work as well. To Anthony Smolich as well, who did so much work on training nights, getting footage of the youngsters in the Meet Your Team segment each week. Ian Burke, who was also heavily involved in doing the post-match comments as well. John Bialosh, who was the one that started it all. If it wasn't for him, he was an integral part of getting this all started, and to everyone in the committee at Dinamo who supported the concept of DinamoTV. We are probably, arguably, and in fact, I think definitely the only NPL club that's got its own weekly club podcast that I'm aware of. Certainly here in Victoria, that's for sure. Alrighty, the party time. Well, the party started pretty early with the volunteers already on a euphoric high throughout the course of the 4 days. And it was the volunteers, or some of the volunteers that we're going to see, were already dancing well and truly before the after party started. But here's some footage of the after party that also included our legendary Major Minor.
There's a party.
And what I want to know is, well, we went last night to the gala night which Smolik so beautifully presented, I may add. And at that, we found that there were 90 very, very deserved recipients of the Hall of Fame. Out of those 90, 2 are women. So, in my estimation, none of these clubs, none of these tournaments, nothing could happen without you girls. And you need to be respected and valued. So here's a song for all of our mothers.
Yep, what a way to end what was a fantastic, fantastic tournament. And folks, that, I guess, brings the curtains down, officially brings the curtains down on the 2024 football season. But no rest for the wicked. The off-season involves a lot of planning for next season, and that's already started. And before you know it, there'll be trials, there'll be planning for the different teams, players. We hope to be back in mid-January, like we did earlier this year when we premiered our very, very first episode of DinamoTV way back on the 18th of January. Well, we hope to be back for season 2. In the meantime, and on that very, very high note, we're going to go out with last Saturday night's sensational performance by Anthony Smolich. He composed this original song, a duet that he sang with Emma Carvel, of course, from Audio. And what a hit song it was. Unfortunately, the audio isn't the absolute best, nor is the vision. Nonetheless, we hope you do enjoy this. And once again, thank you to everyone for your full support of DinamoTV in 2024. Like I said, we look forward to coming back in 2025, bigger and better. Good night. Bye-bye.
It's now been 50 years since our clubs have gathered here to play the Ramble game and promote our Croatian name because of our DNA. They want us to go away, but these clubs are parents' made. Our colours will never fade.
Oh, I remember my tata said, Nisi za nome, nisi za sokati, znaš samo lokati. Mislim sine, nemoj srat, there'll be people there from the consulat. A mi slike ne skidamo, and se opet snimamo. Mi se tim ne sakrivamo, and se opet snimamo. I love playing soccer, I volim tim. I love singing songs and I love hanging shit. So if you're affected, you know who you are. As my mother would say, you can stick to your ass. I did get a phone call when the contract was shit, and I ended up playing for trap for six. He's the best, like that I know on and off the pitch. Cause if you're gonna bash someone, just bash the Wednesday night.
Let's sing this morning tune. I thought that you were good, but you have had no thumbs. They go on like tiger hoods.
You're a Canadian, skoro sam se upiša. Next year I'm a Vukovar with mali jutriša. Od sveg srca ti glasa i opet snimamo. Thank you Dinamo, thank you volunteers, thank you sponsors, thank you guests, thank you everybody for being here this evening for this whole weekend. Hvala vam i vidimo se hopefully do godine.
And a huge round of applause for Smolly.